Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome to Hannah G Knits. Friends, today I have a project updates video for you. I'll be sharing finished objects, works in progress, and acquisitions that I have had in the last couple of weeks. I also have a life update for you, so I'm just excited to get started, share my projects. I actually have quite a few today. It's been 2 weeks, I think, since my last video. I made a tiny scarves roundup, which you guys really liked. So thank you for watching that. I was initially uncertain about doing another roundup just because I am nervous kind of promoting patterns I haven't actually made, but these were all ones I wanted to make. And I did make one of them in the last couple of weeks since that video came out. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it. I'll put a link for you, and then I will share which one I made. Okay, let's get started. First project is a finished object. This is the berry scarf, and I had it in my roundup, and while I was making that video, recording it, I was like, I'm gonna make one of these. I hadn't decided on the berry scarf, but I knew I was gonna make one of the tiny scarves that I was sharing about because I really loved all of them. And so this one, I wanted to use yarn I already had. I didn't want to buy anything, and so I felt like I had a special skein for this, and so I decided to make it. So berry scarf, and you wear it like this, and then it's very cute. It has this like little thing in here where you pull it through, and it's like a little neckerchief kind of thing. Yeah, like that. So then you wear it like that, and I just think it's just the cutest thing. I love it. I think everyone should make one. Can't tell if that's quite right. Yeah, there we go. It blocked out beautifully. I just really like it. I love the baubles. I love the little cable, faux cable right here. I'm just really happy with how it turned out, how it blocked out. I know I won't get to wear it for quite some time because it is, it's a wool cashmere blend. I'll tell you what I used. I used Purl Soho Cashmere Merino Bloom. I think maybe my sister gave this one to me, but I've had it in my yarn pantry for a few years. The color is discontinued. It's actually really hard to tell. It's quite more purple in person, but a few people have mentioned that the natural light might be making the colors more difficult to see. So I'm sorry about that. I thought moving over may help, but maybe I'll find a new spot to record. But yeah, this is it, and I liked this one because I thought it was going to be just enough yardage wise. I'll put the yardage in the description. I can't remember, but for the pattern it was like 220 yards maybe, and this was just about that much. So I thought I'll use the whole thing. I'll get it out of my yarn pantry, all of those good things. I apologize, you can hear my AC now. Anyway, I clearly did not. So I haven't weighed this to see how much it actually is, but it did like meet the measurements. I knit it exactly to pattern. It met the measurements in the pattern. And so I don't know if it's just an overestimation. I didn't gauge swatch, so maybe that was part of it, or an overestimation by the designer, which I can appreciate. I don't want to run out of yarn. I'd rather have more than enough, but I still, now I have some left over. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably just save it. I have a little bit of the same yarn from the Purl Soho maybe classic ribbed hat knit along. I have a white, so I think white and purple would be cute for a hat, and then I could have matching, yeah, so it'd be like a striped hat. So I'm not like bummed about having extra yarn. I am a little confused because I thought it was going to use the whole thing. It's not a big deal. It's okay. It's beautiful yarn. I really like it. I have not made anything besides a hat with it before, and so yeah, I think it will be very nice. I feel like I won't be able to use this till October. So honestly, I might wrap it for myself and gift it to myself for my birthday because that's what my birthday is, and it's purple, which is my favorite color, so I like it a lot. Big win. It just felt like a nice, easy project. I knit it while we were at the beach last week. I didn't have to think about it too much. It's a free pattern, so you could definitely look at it before if you wanted to think about making it. But yeah, it was a big one. Okay, I have another purple project. This is like almost the same. It was funny to me, I was knitting these at the same time. They look less similar here. Maybe they're not that similar, but this is Rosa Pomar Mondine. This is actually left over from my Geurin cardigan, which still does not have buttons on it. But it got buttons. I'll show you my acquisitions. But anyway, I had this left over. So I'm releasing a new pattern Micah's Raglan tee. It's a tee version, so basically fingering weight version of one of my more successful patterns, Micah's Raglan sweater. And I made a tee version, which is fingering weight. So I got it retested, all of those things, and I knit the sample, and somewhere in the move, I misplaced it. So we moved about a month and a half ago, and I cannot find the sample any longer. And I needed to take pictures, and I was just kind of frustrated about, like, I can't find it, I don't know where it is. I'd made the smallest size, so it wasn't like a huge investment of time and yarn, but instead of like spending the time to look for it, I decided to just make a new one, right? As one does. So I knit a new one. It's right here, very cute. This is the first size, which is newborn. It needs a good block, so I haven't blocked it yet, but it is finished. This is Micah's Raglan tee. You can see because they're kind of popping out, but it does have short row shaping and cables along the raglan. So if you're unfamiliar with the pattern, that's kind of what is the defining feature of Micah's Raglan sweater, is the cable raglan. So the tee has the same things. A few things are different. This one has short row shaping, like I said. The DK weight version does not. This one has updated to my new like size break. So I have a different size chart for babies and for like toddlers / kids. And so there's kind of two different size breaks within the same pattern. And so I am hoping to update my Micah's Raglan sweater to have that size break in there as well. So it just maybe fits a little bit better, but I'm still confident in the other one. I still had a good size chart. I just moved to a new one after attending a grading course. So anyway, I don't know if you guys really cared about that, but that is what this one has. So tester photos are beautiful, precious, adorable. They did wonderful. I cannot wait to share them with you. I think I'm going to release this in the coming week. So this video will be probably over the weekend, and then the pattern will be the next week. As soon as I just get back from final edits, then I can release it to you. But I'll be sharing like tester projects and things like that, and I'll be sharing a nice blocked version of this sweater. In general, I make the patterns for my son, and so I always knit the sample to his size. So when I was knitting this one, I knit it for a newborn size because we are going to have a baby in August. And so this will be for her. I have shared a little bit about my and my husband, our pregnancy, infertility, recurring loss journey on here, just kind of vaguely because it's difficult for me to talk about. But what I didn't expect was that a successful pregnancy would be even more difficult to talk about. And so anyway, I have appreciated your kind words along the way. And now I'm just excited to share this, but it's also just been very difficult for me to talk about so far. And I know that, you know, one of the reasons is because we are excited, but it's hard to feel excited because we have had losses in the past. But I also know that it's just not true that everyone gets to have the experience that we're having of having, you know, a child after loss and even success after infertility. And so that also makes it hard to talk about. So all that to say, we are very excited at this point. We have gotten excited, and that was part of the reason for the move, was to have space for another family member. And so very grateful just to have made it this far, and hopefully she'll get to wear this in August. So yeah, that is our life update. I have talked to some of you guys about this, and it's just been yeah, quite a journey to get here. Almost, it'll be about 2.5 years journey when we meet her, that we've been like experiencing the tests and the losses and the infertility and the clinic appointments and genetic counseling, like just all the things. And so I'm looking forward to putting that behind us. I know it doesn't go away just because we are going to, you know, have another child. I have lots of thoughts on it, and feel free to DM me. Anyway, I'll move on. I'm not planning to make this like pregnancy content or baby content, and so if you're sensitive to that, please unfollow me and like protect your own peace and all of that. But just know, like, as a disclaimer, that is not my goal. I will have more baby knits. I already had some that you guys have commented on, but it will be just remarked in passing and not an intentional shift in my content. Okay, anyway, those are my 2 finished objects. And now I have works in progress. So the first one is my Salty Air Tee. I don't know that I've shared it post blocking. I've put it on my Instagram, but not here on YouTube. So you can see where I stopped, where I blocked it right here. There's a nice defined line. And then I knit this afterwards. And the lace really opened up with the blocking. And upon recommendation, I shared this in a video. Upon recommendation, I took my progress off my needles and I just went back to the original needle size because it was turning out so much bigger than I thought. If I'm honest, I have not tried this on after blocking. I think it's been difficult for me to gauge my own size, like as my body's changing. And so I have not wanted to try it on and feel discouraged by it either not fitting how I'm hoping or just looking not great. I obviously would not be able to wear this right now anyway, as I am like in my 3rd trimester. It would not fit well. But anyway, I am really happy with how the lace turned out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Regardless of if it fits me right now or not, I'm still like, wow, this is a stunning piece, and I'm quite happy to have it in my collection after I finish it. The only issue is I have 1 ball of yarn left. And so I've already reached like the length recommended, but I'm planning to do the sleeves first and then just knit the rest of the ball of yarn into the body because I do think I want it to be longer than recommended. So I have to find that ball of yarn. That is the issue I've run into. It's just, there's just a lot of stuff around everywhere. As I said before, we really put together like our toddler stuff and have focused on that for him, making life feel normal for him. And then all of our stuff is like in boxes or in bins or in the garage or like with my ball winder and my microphone, my sample, and this ball of yarn are all together. I have a feeling they're somewhere important because I probably thought I use all of these things. I need all these things soon. I'll put them somewhere important. And anyway, I haven't found them. So here's to hoping to find this soon, but I am excited because I feel like the last ball of yarn will give me good sleeves and a good amount of length on this body. So this is 1 ball of yarn. I'm using Knitting for Olive Merino. The colorway is Brown Nougat. So if I use half of it on the sleeves and then half here, that'll give me like this much more length, which I think will be really good. The original length under the underarms, I believe, is only 7 to 9 inches, and so I have found that to be quite short lately for myself, and so I think I want to add just a little bit more length. We'll see. We'll see how much I have left when I find my ball of yarn. I have 2 more works in progress. So the first one is my Hannah Cardigan My Size by Noelle Knits, and I have put the body on hold, and I am working on the sleeve now. So I'm going to do the sleeves and then come back and finish the body. So I've reached the recommended length for the cropped body, but I do think I'm going to continue afterwards and just use as much yarn as I have left. So this is what I'm using. This is Cascade 220 non-superwash. The color's black. And I am really happy with it. I haven't tried it on because like I didn't have like cord stoppers, and so I just tied them together, which is really just not great, but it's where we are. But I think it's gonna be great. I'm hoping for like oversized classic fit. So I am almost probably halfway done with the sleeve, I would say. And you can see there started the decreases. Okay, yeah, so I'm liking it a lot. I got buttons for it, which is exciting. And I put them on my Instagram, but I'll share them here too. They're from Pigeon Wishes. Someone I saw on Instagram or maybe on YouTube, they talked about Pigeon Wishes, and I hadn't purchased from them before, so I looked at all their buttons. And I originally, I tend to play it safe with buttons, honestly just with style choices lately because I want them to last, and so I'm like, oh, trends might change, all of that. And so but I saw these and I was kind of wanting tortoiseshell anyway for this sweater. And so when I saw tortoiseshell with purple, I had to get them. I'll share I also got another set from the same shop to go with my cardigan that still is missing buttons. So I had gotten buttons for that cardigan, and then I didn't love them, so I didn't put them on. And then a friend sent me a pair of buttons to go on them, and I did love them, but then I couldn't find them. Again, that happened. It's just happening. It's a theme. We just can't find anything after the move. And so I ordered these to go on my cardigan, and I think they are quite a statement. The cardigan is this color, so it's going to be like this. Again, that's kind of a lot for me in terms of color, but trying to be more fun with my color choices. I think having like my son and now another child around, I think it'll be fun to have like my own kind of thing. So I let Ollie choose what he is into. So if he's into like space, I buy him space shirts. Like if he's into planet, we have planet shirts, we have pickleball shirts, things like that. And so I'm like, why don't I also express myself even just a little bit in my clothing choices? And so yeah, we'll see how these goes. This is like a reminder to me that I need to sew them on because I love that cardigan and I'd like to get more wear out of it. Honestly, I wear it even without buttons because it's more of like a house indoor thing right now anyway because it's so hot here. But I think that these will be nice on here. So I want to sew those on maybe this week. We will see if that gets done. And I have these now to go with this one. And so I'm like, okay, I already have the buttons picked out for this cardigan. It will not sit forever without buttons. That's my goal anyway. Okay, my last work in progress is also my acquisitions show. I shared this a while ago that I was working on a new blanket pattern. The blanket pattern is for my daughter. Oh, I just pulled it off. Hold on. The blanket pattern is like a design for my daughter, and so it feels extra special. And so, oh, I just pulled it off again. Okay, so this is the blanket pattern. It doesn't have a name yet, but it's in testing right now. And this is one ball of the yarn. So that my acquisition is that Purl Soho sent me more yarn. They kindly sent me one to try out, see if I liked it, all of that. And then they sent me 3 more to finish the blanket pattern. And that is right here. So this is Purl Soho Plein Air. The yarn is Beet Red is the colorway. And it is a wool cotton blend. It's worsted weight. Well, it's DK or light worsted. And so I have my testers working on this. They just started like a week ago, and so far so good. I think they're all still getting their yarn, so I haven't actually started, working on the pattern. But it's a stockinette blanket. It's in one piece, and it has these cute flower stitches on here. So I'm hoping to release this before she's born, unless she surprises us, so that it can kind of be an ode to her. And then I'll go on a leave of designing and whatnot. I'll still be knitting, but yeah, this will be like the last hurrah before all of that happens. And yeah, I'm quite excited about this blanket. I've never designed a blanket before, but I knit my son a blanket when he was born, and so I knew I was going to knit one for my daughter anyway, and so I was like, okay, might as well design one, right? And so yes, I am excited about it. It's going to be big. But yeah, they have a lot of beautiful colors of Plein Air. It was the first time I had used it. I think the yarn is relatively new to them, the base. And so yeah, I'm excited to try and see. It is hand wash only, but honestly, my son didn't really like the blanket I made him. Like, we used it when he was really little. But after that, he just never gravitated towards it. And it is washable, and I have washed it. But I was really thinking about like, how much do I think she's going to use it? Honestly, I don't know. Based on him, I told him that this blanket is for sister. And then he has one that mommy made too. And did he want to see it? And he said, no, I'm okay. Purl Soho did send me this, which was very kind. And yeah, it's going to be lovely. I have quite a few. It's going to be a big blanket. I'm hoping to have it done soon. I need to find my ball winder. Okay, that is all I have for you guys today. Please let me know what you're working on. Hopefully I'll be back next week with some more project updates, maybe some buttons sewn on, maybe some yarn found. We will see. It is the yarn crawl in my area. Unfortunately, we will not really be able to visit. We have a lot of plans this weekend before I knew it was the yarn crawl, but if you are a local friend, just a reminder for that, the Triangle area yarn crawl is going on right now, so I hope you get to visit some shops. I hope you have a lovely weekend and happy knitting.